Um, the technology that I found and that I'm going to introduce is called the Speak Pros. Speak Pros is an application that you can download from Apple App Store, and this is available for free to download. Um, However, if you like to use all the features that this application provides, you need to upgrade to Pro membership, which you have to pay $7.99 per month. So this is the main screen of their web page. Um, on the first screen that you find to click download for free, and then this web page give you the brief information about the application. So at the bottom, this is the summary of the features when you actually have the membership for the basic, which is for free. And then this is a summary of additional feature that you're going to have by upgrading your membership for the pro. And then here are some of the the most well-known features of Speak Pros and how their service is distinguished from traditional applications for augmentative alternative communication. So yeah, like I just said, this app is developed for augmentative and alternative communication and can be used for students with autism or speech impairment. So I'm going to use this technology if I get to have one of those students in my classroom. So I have downloaded this application already to my iPad and then also to my iPhone. However, I'm going to show how I should use this app using my iPad from now. So here. So if you actually start the application, and then this is the main screen. Of course, you get to log in with the information that you have registered. So all the users must have their ID and a password to log in. So once you log in the app, then you will see this menu. There are 5 different tabs at the bottom. So I'm going to briefly introduce you each different tab. So the first tab is where you actually see the academy. So for now, there are 5 different settings. This setting means like some of the basic settings that students generally are placed. For example, the first setting is the communication with the teacher. So the chat with the teacher. And then the second setting is to go to a coffee shop. And the third setting is lunch with a friend. Fourth setting is play with a friend. The last one is with chat with a dad. So what this is, so students get to practice some of the basic social communication on each setting. So then they get to choose one of these options by clicking the tab. For example, I say hello for my response.
Hello. You look a little tired. How do you feel right now?
So the students get to choose their feeling this time. And maybe
I feel frustrated in my body. I like your outfit. Thanks.
so this way the simulated communication with the teacher continues between the computer system and the students who plays with this. So by doing this, students can build their social communication by tapping one of these options, and then they get to build their basic communication skill.
Yes.
And then the second tab that I get to choose is basics, and the third tab is Canvas. So what this is, students can independently create their communication for their basic response, or creating their questions, or expressing their needs, wants, or requests. So for example, these are the basic response. For example,
Thanks.
and then if the student wants to create some kind of like a questions, or maybe expressing their emotion, for example, I'm going to click question here. So here is an option for creating question based upon the WH words. So I choose where, and then I click is the teacher, and in the room.
Where is the teacher in the room?
So this plays out what students has selected, and then I created a sentence. And the canvas here is basically the same as basics, but students get to use their finger, and then put their fingers on the touch screen, and then they swipe their fingers on the screen following the arrow. So they get to start their question likewise. Why are they here?
Why are they here?
And then the fourth option is my phrases. This is not available for the basic user. So if they want to use this, have to upgrade to Pro membership. This is where the students can actually customize their communication options. So they can actually add more settings, and then they can also create additional questions or response, or additional needs or requests, because when they need for different type of situations in school or out of school. And the last tab, if I choose, they can also make some adjustment for their voice. So here are 4 different voice options. And then this setting allows the users actually to remove emojis, or change the sound effect, or change the profile information. So far that I have introduced how I use this app. So in the future, I'm thinking to use this app for the first of all, I'm going to use this app to assist my students with autism or speech language disability when they express their basic response, feeling, opinions, request, or question that they are being placed in the classroom or out of school. So using the Speak Pros, I believe students can create their speech by tapping or swiping the touch screen on one of those Apple device. I introduced how actually they can create their basic communication. And then the other way that I'm thinking to use this is because I'm going to have my students practice and build their social communication by using one of these options in the academy. So they get to build how they can functionally communicate with the teachers, parents, or with their friends, either in the classroom or in a different part of the building in the school. So I think this would be very helpful for students with autism or speech language disability. So this is what I have found, and then this is what I'm going to use in my future classroom.